Hello bass family and welcome to Everything Bass. Today we're moving on with the Slap Groove series, and I wanted to accomplish a couple different things with this based on some input I've gotten from your bass family members. One is I want to show more examples that are not with open E. So in this case we'll be doing everything off of A flat. Secondly, people have been really curious about how I actually include that thumb pop pop rip that I showed you in the Fundamentals of Slap series. I believe it was Fundamentals of Slap 7, but I'm old and my memory fades. But I think that is it. So you can search on it if you want to learn that technique, but today we're putting it into a groove to show you how it can be used to kind of add a neat element to it. So let's take this slowly. Again, man, with the slapping and the tapping stuff, I really think it's beneficial if you guys would go to patreon.com/everythingbass and become a monthly subscriber. Currently at the time of recording, it's only $8 a month. But what that gets you is access to all the written material for all the videos that I post. Most importantly, with the slap and tap stuff, it shows you the tablature so you know exactly what notes I'm playing and what techniques I'm using. Because sometimes I understand the video, I do something, maybe it's a little faster than you need, that you could follow along with, and that's a fault of mine, but can be remedied sometimes if you can just look at the sheet music. So yeah, let's get started. So as you know, when I'm talking about slap stuff, I break it down one beat at a time. So first beat, we're playing an 8th note and two 16th notes. So we're going to play, and I like to use on my fretting hand my index finger, so I have these fingers available for the next part. So you thumb the A flat as an 8th note, you pop the B on the 4th fret, and you hammer on to the 5th fret. So that would be simple enough. So that's the first part. Practice that. Don't move on until that's together. It makes sense, right? You wouldn't, like, if you're building a bridge, you wouldn't build a real shaky thing and then go out to build the next part, because that's probably going to fall down. So start with getting that down. Perfect. All right, now we just have that famous ricochet lick. And you can kind of just, I think on the notation I showed that I'm thumbing the D, and I'm just doing that. But honestly, you can hit anywhere on the strings with the muted thumb, pop the muted G, and then do a back down with a thumb on the 4th fret F sharp to a hammer on the A flat. So technically it's a G flat to A flat. I got to fix that on the sheet music, I just realized. So let me work that second beat out. I realized I didn't do it slowly. Literally, it's just a... So let's take the first part. I kind of like that. The 8th note followed by the 16th notes. Now we're putting in the thumb pop pop lick. So, and that's basically, there's 16 notes. So we still have the about an 8th note we have to play. So we go... So you do the thumb, pop, pop, thumb the 4th fret on the D flat. So let's catch up get some perspective by playing from the beginning. Now after that, I just wanted, since there was a lot going on with 16th note stuff and a triplet, I want to like get a little more simplified to add balance to the composition. So I literally go, the last beat is E flat. E flat is the 6th fret to the 7th fret, B. So that's measure 1. And I know it's really tough because I'm throwing this stuff at you kind of quickly, so please pause, rewind. But let me play the entire first measure pretty slowly. One little tip. When you play those last 8 notes, try to play the E flat with your ring finger, because that leaves the pinky here. It's really common for us to want to go and then have to quickly, and that can be heard. So if you can plan ahead and just go index, fretting hand, ring, fretting hand, pinky, and then I'm back to there. All right, measure 1 done. Measure 2 starts exactly the same way. Then instead of going here, I go, and it's that classic chromatic bridge that we use to kind of work back up to a tone. Let me slow that down. I'm going to start from the thumb pop pop lick. Thumb pop pop. Then I go thumb again on the first fret F to F sharp to G. And then I'll shift my entire hand and start again. Like that. It's a cool little riff. I think it's got a neat vibe that's different from what I've shown you before. But once again, it shows you how to put that thumb pop pop into a lick. Because we can learn a technique, but we don't learn how to like put it into a flow and see the effect it has to the listener. It's really a pointless technique. Okay, so slap groove 7. I'm always a little worried that maybe, I'm teaching it a little too fast. So please, in the comment section, I don't mind shooting a secondary video and going over it again. I do not mind that at all. Let me know what part I need to like slow down on, what's tripping you up. Let's get the conversation going. I really want that to happen, and I know if I'm trusting that you guys will share with me any obstacles you have, because any obstacle can be circumvented. It's no big deal. We can work together and get you over whatever like plateau you're stuck on. Okay, so now a really cool encore item. So sometimes I'm bringing you encore items from very well-known players. Sometimes they're really little offshoots and stuff. This is a band I just became aware of about two and a half years ago. And it's a progressive band, progressive rock band, hard rock at times. And they are called 41.9. And last year, they released an album called Mr. Astute Trousers. And right away, that kind of gives you like a good snapshot of what kind of band they are, because Mr. Smarty Pants, Mr. Astute Trousers, this band is the king of tongue-in-cheek. Humor is really great, and it's evident in a lot of their kind of the quirkiness of their song titles. They do have vocals, so they're a progressive band that has singers or a singer. But they tackle, even though they are lighthearted and they're whimsical in certain aspects, they tackle some very powerful subjects. And I also love, they're more of a progressive band, I'd say, in line with some of the European prog bands that have come out. They remind me at times of Marillion. At times they remind me a little bit of even like Saga or players like that. The bass player is Bob Madsen. And man, this guy, I always say that he's a painter that paints with many colors. There's a couple categories of bass players. Some bass players like one bass and they play and record and do everything on one bass. Other bass players think of basses as like a painter would look at different palettes of color. And he's one of those guys. He owns an amazing collection of basses. And they all, like, he has a very specific idea, like this song's gonna have this bass on it because it'll give me this feeling and emotion. He's also a different kind of player. He strings his basses with different gauge strings, sets his basses up a certain way, uses the thumb ring. His slapping style is very unique to me. I think it's very cool. His composition style is amazing. He uses tapping, uses chord playing. Anyway, so couple tracks that pop off in my mind, and I saw the video for this one too, and it moved me quite a bit. The Marine. Bob is the major lyricist of the band. I think he's the only lyricist in the band. So being the bass player, he writes the lyrics, and heard a story. I won't go into too deep, but it moved him, so he wrote a song to enforce that story. When he shot the video, he actually got the Marines to contribute these great video clips. Anyway, it's you can see the video. You can actually look for 41.9, search that, The Marine on YouTube, and you can watch the video. It's pretty cool. And the song's great, and the hook sticks in you, man. I tell you, the first time I heard it, I thought, wow, what a great song. Then all that day I was singing it, and that was equal parts impressive and equal parts annoying. These four lands, very cool tune. This is the one where I really kind of got that European prog vibe on it. I really dug that. And again, it's Brian Klein is one of the guitar players and the singer, and Bob. I think the work they do together on this is really great. Okay, and then Confessions at Midnight is so funny. Reading a little bit about it, they were always curious, the band was always curious why when you would go to a strip bar, you would never hear progressive rock. And they thought, well, that's weird. So they tried to write a progressive song for a strip bar. But it's empowering, actually. The song is really empowering, it's got a cool vibe. It also, there's a video you can check on, so you can kind of get the overall picture of what they're trying to tell through this story. But yeah, check 41.9's Mr. Astute Trousers. It's available. You can download it from different places. You can get it on Amazon, things like that. So it's available, but it's just not as well known. And I'd like to change that because I think the band has a lot going for it. And I really like Bob Madson's playing, and I really dig his lyrics. He's a deep thinker in the lyrics, you can tell. And you also can tell he's not afraid to tackle hard subjects. But they're really an enigma band because they are so funny, and a lot of their online stuff you read about them and stuff, they're very quirky, and humor is at the very top. Yet they'll tackle very, very serious subjects in their music. Oh, how can I talk about the album without talking about Tilting at Windmills, which is Bob Madson's solo piece. And it's cool. I mean, it's a snapshot about what this guy's about, and it shows you his nickname is Mr. Flippity Flappity. He's got this, again, a very cool slap style that I can't even define, but it's cool. It's like a mixture of old school and new cool. And then, I don't know, Ghost Chili Pepper. It's a cool little melange of styles. And his tapping is very cool. I'm starting to go on and on. Whenever I find an album I really like, I want to support him. And so there you have it. Again, you can buy it on Amazon.com. You probably can buy it from their website. I'm not sure. I just went to Amazon and bought it, and I have not regretted that purchase at all. So there you have it. Slap Groove 7 and the encore item 41.9's Mr. Astute Trousers. Give both a test and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you thought about the slap groove and using that thumb pop pop, and how that worked in with the groove for you. If you're struggling on it, why? What's hanging you up? Maybe I can help you out. If you're not comfortable commenting below, you can definitely email me at dtitus@daletitus.com. I'm so thankful for the support. Please like, share, subscribe to this video, and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel so inclined, as I mentioned before, join us on patreon.com, everything bass. There's a link down in the comments below. Click on that link, become a monthly subscriber, and you'll be able to download all the material. And it actually makes it easier to find the videos you're looking for. Every post on Patreon has the title of the video in the post, and on the post there's a link to the video and to the sheet music or whatever materials or files that you want to download that support that video. Why that's important is it's easier to navigate. When you want to go back and review Slap Groove number 7, sometimes you might not be able to search it, and it doesn't come up, brings a bunch of my old videos up, and it can be frustrating. Just go to Patreon, click on the post, boom, you're there. I hope that's helpful for you. What did I forget to talk about? There was something. Yes. I'm wearing a pink leotard and a tutu. Yeah, that happened. And I should explain that one of our family members is very much supportive of this channel and was very excited that I was doing this and offered to give me certain funds to help me promote the channel and advertise it. So you will be seeing more advertisements through some of the social networks, and it was very awesome. But he had one little caveat, that one little condition I had to meet, which I had to shoot a video wearing a pink leotard and a pink tutu. So, ta-da! What I will do to grow this channel, I will do anything to grow, well, nearly anything to grow this channel, because that means that much to me. And I do thank this gentleman, who I don't know if he wants his name said, so I'm not going to say it. But know this, I really appreciate the support you've given me personally and my family, and the support you've given this channel. And you are an inspiration to me as a bass player and as a human being. So thank you very much. All right, guys, I will see you at the next video. Thanks.